What are centrioles? Well, we've been talking about the cell and the parts that are, every part's important. Centrioles are also Centrioles. What are they? Well, basically, they're involved with the cell division. They are built partly made of microtubules, which handle how the cell is divided. I'm going to share with you some information here. Typically found in eukaryotic cells, and we know the eukaryotic cells are the ones with a nucleus in it. Centrioles are cylindrical. They are cylindrical. And cylindrical, and let's look at the map here real quick, like of a centriole. It's going to be found probably around here. Again, they're fairly close to the nucleus because they have very important functions that relate to the nucleus. Right there is centriole right there. Now, what they're tubular or cylindrical, which means they're round with a long extension like this. They're cylindrical. And they are composed of microtubules. Remember those tubules that we talked about earlier? In the cell, centrioles aid in cell division by facilitating the separation of chromosomes. They help separate the chromosomes. For this reason, they're located near the nucleus. Because of the fact they help separate the chromosomes, they're near the nucleus. Now, it turns out too that apart from cell division, centrioles are also involved in the formation of cilia and flagella, and thus contribute to cell movement. They help with the movement of the cell. Okay. They are also, while centrioles are typically formed in eukaryotic cells, they are absent in higher plants. And these plants and cells do not use centrioles during cell division. So they're not in higher plants, but they are in animal cells. Centrioles can be found in animal cells, lower plants, and the base of cilia and flagella. Now, the structure of centrioles in some organisms, example, Drosophila and nematodes, the microtubules are simpler and may occur as either doublet microtubules in flies or single microtubules, as is the case with Canorhabditis allegaris. In human beings, however, among other higher animals, the microtubules are simpler and may occur as either doublet microtubules or single microtubules, as in the case with, again, we just said, Canorhabditis allegaris. I'm sorry. And then we got higher, there exists as complex in human beings, other higher animals, they exist as complex triplets that make up the scaffold of the microtubules arranged in a circle at an angle around the central core. When viewed from one end, the triplet microtubules appear to have an anti-clockwise twist arrangement. At the ultrastructural level, the triplets of the structure are composed of 13 alpha and beta tubulins that contain protofilaments, a U2 tubule. Assembled in the protofilaments is a pair of 10 protofilaments, microtubules known as A, B, and C tubules. Okay, the centriole, and there seems to be an interaction or interconnection between microtubules and centrioles. That's why you hear me talking about microtubules. Parts of a centriole include what? They include the distal part. Distal part of the centriole is characterized by the microtubules, type of double, triple or double. This part is also divided into distal and subdistal parts, appendages. While eukaryotic cells contain a total of 9 distal appendages, subdistal appendages vary in number depending on cell type and functions. So they are important and it is complicated. So we will get into it a little more here. Structure-wise, the distal appendages resemble turbine blades that are symmetrically arranged at the distal end of the centriole. Here, each of the appendages is attached to one of the triplets at 50 degrees angle to centriole surface. Unlike the distal appendage, subdistal appendages are attached or to two or three triplets and form a right angle with a centriole surface. Subdistal appendages have also been shown to change shape, morphology, and even disappear. Apart from this differences in shape, morphology, and arrangement, distal and subdistal appendages also have different functions. So anyway, there's more to this. We'll have to talk about another time, as we'll be talking about these parts some more because it gets a little deep, it gets a little complicated to understand, but we're trying to give you a as much information about what this part is like and what the other part's like. Understand that they are involved with movement, understand that they are involved with cell division, and understand that they are have parts themselves that are a little bit intricate to try to completely comprehend. More to come as we study these parts. Thank you.